Broadcasting from the world-famous LWDL studio, this is Life with Dan and Lewis. I'm Dan.
And I'm Lewis.
And we're here to talk about life and all the wonderful, magical, horrible, awful, fantastic stuff inside that four-letter word.
Life.
Before we get too far in, if you hear anything you'd like to do today, feel free to go over to buymeacoffee.com/LWDL. Your support is greatly appreciated for this little adventure we are on.
Thank you for your support.
Hey, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you also.
How's your week?
Week was pretty good. Can't complain. The weather was a little funky.
It was.
Monday, Tuesday being hot, well, low 90s. And then...
It's humid as heck, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just to walk from the parking garage to the building, my parents start to sick to me. And I'm just like, I'm not ready for this. Not ready for the summer heat to come back with the humidity and everything.
Agreed.
But other than that, work was good. Personal life was good. Kids' lives were good. So... overall, all in all, everything was pretty good. Baby girl picked up a little stomach bug, which didn't really affect me that much. Affected Alicia a little bit, but seemed like it was a quick recovery, 1 day thing, and
that's not bad at all.
Back to normal the next day. So, other than that, I can say everything was pretty good, pretty groovy, and not bad at all. What about you?
Yeah, it was a great week at work. We both had a 4-day work week with Good Friday being today as we're recording. Work was good. Took a half day Wednesday actually, so I had a golf lesson.
Nice.
I got a new golf coach. Really liking him. I scheduled out some more lessons with him. I think it's gonna be good. He teaches out of Topgolf, so it's a little bit of a different teaching environment, more indoor. Should be nice through the summer. It should be a little bit nicer than out on the range.
Definitely.
But I really liked it. It was an hour-long lesson, and I felt both physically and mentally exhausted after that lesson.
Which means that you've gained a lot of knowledge and also put your body through a lot of different movements.
Yeah. I was hoping to get to practice some of that today, but like we were saying, the weather's been really funky. So it was very windy this morning.
Correct.
And that wind blew something in. It just rained all day, then sort of drizzled on and off with intermittent sort of bigger thunderstorms. Yeah. So I didn't get to go out there today, but hopefully I get to go out there tomorrow and put a little bit of what I learned to practice here. I'm going to do a lesson about every other week, I think, for a few months here and see how that goes. So, every other week gives me some time to space them out and sort of put to practice what he's taught me.
Cool.
And hopefully see some improvement.
That sounds good.
And then last night, sort of last minute, I got to see Neil deGrasse Tyson speak.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was at the Tobin Center. Tobin Center is a pretty nice venue. We had balcony seats, but they were only a few rows back.
Okay.
And it was like dead center. It was great seats.
So for the people who don't know, tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, so Neil deGrasse Tyson is an astrophysicist. So he generally knows a lot about the universe and planets and how the Big Bang Theory, how these different big events happened.
Okay.
And the lecture he was giving last night was called Astronomy Bizarre. So it's all different strange and odd things in the universe. And he had like 12 topics that he talked through. And a lot of them were about how the universe is trying to kill us. Okay. How Earth is trying to kill us. And then he talked about different events that have happened, like the Big Bang Theory. The next one, which is called the Big Rip, which is absolutely terrifying. Basically, it's black holes or dark matter taking over. It's when they win. So everything gets stretched out. So first, universes get stretched apart from each other. Then planets get stretched apart from each other. And it gets down to atoms getting stretched apart from each other. So nothing can overcome this pulling force that's pulling everything apart. The gravity becomes too strong. That's about, I think he said it was like 22 million years away from now. So we got a little bit of time to figure that out.
I should be dead by that time, so nothing for me to worry about or my kids. So.
Right. So he talked about a lot of fascinating. It got to a point where when it started, I wanted to think critically about everything he was saying and really ponder it and try to understand it. Mm-hmm. But it got to a point where I was like, I just need to listen and absorb, and I can't think about this stuff because it was too much.
Yeah.
And it was about 2 hours, 10 minutes. Okay. It was good. It was a lot of fun.
I tend to like speakers who have a lot of knowledge to where you don't try to dissect and understand everything right then and there.
Right.
It's, they give you these nuggets here and there that where you can take back with you and try to dissect and understand it a little bit more once you get home, or if you go with somebody, you guys can talk about it. Oh yeah. And compare and contrast notes and stuff.
Yeah. And he has a really good, so he has a lot of topics in his speech. And I think at first when I saw he sort of gave us the table of contents. Here's what we're going to go through on a PowerPoint, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, that's a lot. But I realize why it's a lot. It's because if he gets stuck in any one of those subjects too deeply, he's going to lose everyone in that room.
Yeah.
So it's a lot purposefully to keep him moving through them so that he can sort of just surface level with little deep dives go through everything.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun, really enjoyable. And then he was selling his book, and you could get a signed copy in the lobby after the show. So I picked up a copy of that. His new book, it's called man, I cannot remember what it's called, but it's an interesting book. It's like a scientific approach to society today.
Okay.
So it should be an interesting read. The friend of ours that I went with has already read it. He said it was great.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna give that a read probably over the next week or so.
Nice.
So my week work wise and personal life wise was a lot of fun. Pretty normal. But then I had those golf and the speaking event that made things very interesting this week.
Nice.
And then of course Easter is this weekend, and I guess we'll get to this at the end of the show, but I'll go ahead and spoil it now. We're going to an XFL game on Easter, which I've been looking forward to all week.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll talk more about that at the end of the show, though. What's in your cup?
Well, we have gone back to a traditional, well, it seems like right now it's going to be our summer drink.
Might be.
But good old fashioned.
Yeah, we've been doing old fashions, and we started a little bit earlier tonight because we did some planning for the podcast, how things are going to go in the future and throughout this year. We had a couple then, and we poured one more before we came up to the studio.
There you go.
And that's what we're going to drink in the studio tonight.
Yes. Right after, we kind of finished one up as we had some of Dan's homemade soup. It was what was the soup?
It was like a hamburger stew.
Okay.
So sort of like a vegetable stew with just some ground turkey in it.
It was pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't really have a recipe. I just sort of threw some stuff together, and this is one of those times where it came out.
Yeah. With the kind of wet, cold weather, it went perfectly.
It's exactly why I made it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we said that we were doing some planning for the podcast, and one of the things we're talking about and planning is a lot more interaction on our social media channels, including TikTok. So we already posted once on there today, and we're going to take some clips from this episode and be posting them on there. And we are also recording this episode in video for the first time. Not sure what we're going to do with that video. Not sure whether we're going to edit it into a full episode to put on YouTube, or whether we're just going to put the audio portion out on YouTube like normal. But we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see what happens. At least we'll get some short little clips out of it and go from there.
Maybe some bloopers. Who knows?
Who knows? We're going to try some new things out, though, as we get into the bulk of season 2 here. I'll have some new guests coming up.
Definitely.
And probably some new interviews coming up, too. We're working on getting some things scheduled out and some different perspectives on this thing we call life.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. We're going to have some in the studio appearances.
That's right.
Maybe some reoccurring guests.
Perhaps.
And we're going to have a combination of educational talk, from the legal perspective, and also from the dating perspective.
Sure.
And also from an individual that has a wide variety of life experiences, and how she has used those life experiences to create the businesses that she has to this day. So it's definitely going to be an interesting season and very educational and informative season.
Agreed. We're also planning out how the spotlight is going to work. And we've been calling it the spotlight with Dan, and we're going to change that. We're just going to call it the spotlight now, because it's not going to be just with Dan. There might be some spotlight with Lewis. There might be some spotlight with Dan and Lewis. And there might be some spotlight with neither one of us.
Yeah.
But we're going to plan that out for the rest of the year, too. We should be doing 2 of those a month for the rest of the year, per our new schedule. Anyways, a lot of content coming out over the next 9 to 10 months here as we get into the bulk of season 2 and finish season 2 out. And who knows what's going to be in store for season 3, but I know that I am excited for all the change and all the new stuff coming in season 2, and I can't wait to bring what season 3 brings us.
Definitely. And we might be having some on location, in different locations in the LWDL studios.
That's right.
Where we do some,
if everything goes as planned, Life with Dan and Lewis may be live with Dan and Lewis.
Yep.
At least a couple times this year, but we'll get to that. More details to come on that. Just a sneak peek into what we have planned for y'all.
Definitely.
Before we tell you about our friends, we'd like to ask you to be our friend too. Life with Dan and Lewis is actively looking for new brands, podcast people, and companies to partner with. If you're interested, drop us a note at lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
That's lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
Remote working? Remoting. Follow along on a journey of a new job, new facility, new coworkers, and a new normal. Remote working. Remoting. Inspired by real life, enhanced by imagination. Follow along at remotingblog.com.
Remoting blog.
Eating gluten and dairy-free can be challenging. GFDF Eating aims to show all the delicious foods you can make and buy without sacrificing taste, diversity, or quality. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at GFDF Eating.
That's at GFDF Eating.
We'd like to hear from you. After all, we are doing this for your entertainment. Drop us a note and let us know where you're listening from, or if you have any ideas for new segments, things you'd like us to stop doing, do more of, less of, or anything at all. Email us at lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
The email is lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
Hey, in our second segment today, our first topic up, it's a Lewis topic, and it's manifesting what you want. What do you have for us today?
Well, it's something that I've been thinking about. And, I think that we have the power to control our lives.
Okay.
We have the power to, it takes me back to my high school days. I had whenever we did the pledge and everything in the morning, afterwards, the teacher, the announcer will say, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, every day you have the opportunity, you have the power, you have the will to manifest how your life is going to happen that day. So typically for me, I get up and I have the Bible app on my phone. So I read the daily scripture for the day, and I pray some, and then as I'm getting dressed and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I say some manifestations over my life that I want to happen. One is how I'm going to stay in good health. And I, look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you may be a diabetic, but you're not going to let diabetes run and control your life.
Okay.
You have the power to control it and live a pretty much normal, healthy life as you can be. You're stronger and better than yesterday. You're stronger and better than a month, weeks, days, however you want to say it to yourself than you were before. And another one is I say, I am wealthy in knowledge, wealthy in understanding, wealthy in monetary money, and just, tell myself different things. So I'm speaking them out into the universe, into the world. So not only does the quote unquote universe picks it up, but I also relay it so that way I can hear it myself. Because it's one thing to say something in your head, and then of course it's just in your head. But when you actually hear yourself speaking something positive over your life, it changes something within you.
Sure.
That makes you recognize, like, hey, this is what I'm living for. This is what I'm going to project that I'm, going to have in my life. Like, another one I do is I'm like, I want to raise my family better. We're going to be more connected. We're going to be more loving. We're going to be more understanding with one another, and and different things. So you have the ability to manifest what you want in your life. And from the Oxford Dictionary, manifestation can be an event, an action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. So basic off of that is just, an event, something that you plan out every day, an action, actually speaking the words out to yourself. Sure. So that way you understand and you see what you're putting out there for to happen.
Right. Yeah. Lately I've been hearing it referred to as scripting. So sort of a script that you follow, that you read or tell yourself every day, or you're putting it out there every day on a regular basis of what you want to happen.
Exactly.
Manifestation has sort of gotten a weird, in modern social media, it's sort of gotten a weird bent on it.
Yeah.
There's lots of other terms that have been used. A lot of other words or other terms are thrown around. Like if you believe you can, you can.
Yeah.
That's manifestation.
Yeah.
But just sort of gotten a different spin on it lately, or scripting.
Yeah. And within the last month or so, my thing is I'm going to live each day as it can be my last.
Sure.
And so I'm going to go to work and be the best employee.
Okay.
Because it could be my last. I could die.
Okay.
Very graphic. Or it could just be my last day because I move on to another job. Or it just could be my last day because, although the courthouse is not going to close, but what if it did? You know what I mean?
Sure.
It could just be my last. Whatever comes after that, it being my last, it just could be my last. I choose to with my family, do what I can, because if it is my last, I want them to have great memories of the last time I was with them.
Sure.
So, you manifest these things. You create the idea in your head. You script them out. And if you need to, write them down. I have them written down in my notes on my phone. So as I'm saying them out, eventually they're going to become something that you memorize and you can just speak on every single day. And it's, I see the positive effects in my life.
Sure.
And,
go ahead.
It's something that I'm going to continue to keep doing.
Right. So another way I've heard this talked about is the law of attraction. Sort of,
Correct.
If you put good things out there, you're going to get good back. If you're just negative about things, all you're going to get is negative. And I think a lot of that is grounded in psychology. When you're gloomy and you're pessimistic or cynical, it shows in your face and your body language and the choices that you make. Mm-hmm. So if you go out and you're positive and you're putting on a positive face, even if it's not real, if you're pretending to be positive, you're going to start affecting the environment around you.
Correct.
And lo and behold, you might end up being positive.
Yeah, because this week the weather was pretty crappy. One day I was not feeling well, so already in my head I was like, "This is going to be a crappy day." But as you said, sometimes you have to fake it, and based off of you faking it, you change your reality, and it actually becomes positive. So I get to work, I start talking to my clerks and my court reporter, and then my attitude just starts to change a little bit. Then I go into court, talk to Steve, talk to a few attorneys, and by the time 2.5, 3 hours later, my whole attitude has changed from the time I walk into the door. So sometimes faking it will give you just that enough energy to just completely change the dynamics of your life.
Right.
And then your day will just be more positive than negative.
Right. Studies have shown that positivity and a positive mindset, even if you're faking it, are shown to increase productivity, creativity, and make you better at problem solving. In general, people also choose to spend more time around others who bring out positive emotions in them. So 2 different things from studies, and it doesn't matter. The important key takeaway here, it doesn't matter if you're actually feeling that or just pretending it. When you look back on it, in retrospective, you're going to have a positive interaction.
Yeah.
But this article, and I'll post the link to this article on BetterUp.com, it points out that this doesn't mean that you have to be positive and optimistic and upbeat 24/7. Humans aren't always one level.
Correct.
There's a rise and a fall to all this emotion. It's just training yourself to be more positive about situations whenever possible.
Correct. And like Dan just said, there's going to be sometimes you're going to have negative thoughts, but it's when you recognize that you have fallen back into that trait of thinking negative, you just stop.
Right.
Just stop right then and there, and then just change those negative thoughts to positive thoughts. And then, because at one point you had to get to the point to where you were just had negative thoughts.
Sure.
You didn't just wake up one day and be like, hey, all my thoughts are going to just be negative.
Right.
You got into that point. And so now it's just your norm. But if you start to recognize when you start to hit those negative thoughts and then stop it and then change those negative thoughts to the positive thoughts, then you will have a better outlook, a better day. Like, for instance, you can get up, oh, traffic's going to suck today because it's raining.
Okay.
You can change it. It's raining, so maybe I should leave the house a little bit earlier because I know traffic may be a little heavy. So instead of it becoming a nuisance because you're going to get stuck in traffic, if you just alter it, leave 5 minutes early, you can have a better experience and still get to your destination around about the time to where if it was sunshine.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's just a matter of taking the thoughts, changing it from negative to positive, and then letting your actions flow and go along with it.
Right. Yeah, so we talked about, manifestation, also called scripting. It could also take the form of a vision board. So we're just mapping out what your goals are going to be with images or words or phrases and putting it somewhere where you're going to see it on a frequent basis. And that sort of leads into the next tactic too, and that's journaling. And it's journaling in a way as if your dream is happening right now. Writing about it in present tense terms, believing that it's already happening.
Yes.
That's manifestation.
Yeah. And like I said, some of the things I do in the morning, you have to play with it. Like when you're speaking out those manifestations over your life, you have to play with it, because when I started doing it, I said one day this will be my norm. One day this will be my norm. But now I change it to, I wake up in the morning, I am healthy. I am intelligent. I am more understanding. I am more loving. I am more caring. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. So you changed it from one day I will be, because that one day could be the day. So you just speak it and say, I am.
Yeah.
Because one day your I am is going to be the day that you're living and walking in it. And so you just keep saying it.
Right. Hey, so the bottom line is start planning your dream life today.
Exactly.
There's no better time than now to start doing this. Get your thoughts out, get them down, look at them frequently, say your positive affirmations, be a positive person.
Yeah.
Not sure what else to say there.
I'm on a task to see, from now until summer, to just keep speaking these manifestations over my life. Sure. And then before I tell Alicia what I've been doing, to see if she can tell there's been a change. And then maybe it's something that we'll do together as a family, because I normally take Aubrey to school. She takes Aiden. So maybe 2 minutes when we're in the car, we'll just speak these manifestations over our family, over our lives, and we just go from there. Because what's 2 minutes compared to not doing it at all? And then we just, it's you have to start somewhere. You have to do something to get it going. And I think that as a family, it'll be something good that we do together.
Agreed. Hey, so normally we have 2 topics in our second segment. And I didn't do my homework, so I didn't bring a topic today, but I'm browsing through some weird news articles. I thought we'd find a couple here just to talk about. First one is snakes on a plane.
Oh, no.
A South African pilot finds a cobra under his seat.
What the hell?
He made a hasty emergency landing after discovering a highly venomous cobra hiding under his seat. He felt something cold slide across his lower back, which caused him to investigate. He is safe. The snake is safe. There were snakes on a plane.
Wow, I don't know what I would have did in that situation. Dan and I are both afraid of snakes, and having something like that close to me, I would venture to say the whole plane would have went down and we all would have died, including the snake.
Get it while it's hot.
There you go.
New Mexico has boosted its chili production. More than 53,000 tons of its most famous crop has been produced during the last growing season, meaning there are more chili peppers everywhere for salsas, dinner plates, anywhere you might want chili peppers. And we're getting right into peak chili season right now.
I wonder if that due to more the weather, more they have a more rainy season, or something caused them to overproduce in their peppers.
This article just talking about how voluminous the crop was this year. While production was up, the land used for planting was actually less than in 2021. Wow. That's because farmers are seeing higher yields from their crops due to irrigation and cultivation improvements.
Oh, wow.
So they're more efficient this year. This is an article on the Associated Press. Link below in description.
Wow. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a couple more here that are interesting. So in Arizona, Dairy Queen is on the hunt for its missing red spoon statue. There's a red spoon that stands about 10 foot tall in front of the Dairy Queen in Phoenix, Arizona. They are perplexed and slightly amused that someone stole this. It happened on March 30th, and as I'm scrolling through weird news stories here, the spoon has been spotted. 4 days later, a giant red spoon that was stolen from an Arizona Dairy Queen sparked a mystery on social media was found. It was found partially thanks to Pokemon Go. Kids were out playing Pokemon Go. I said kids, it's actually adults. Were out playing Pokemon Go and discovered this giant spoon sitting in a baseball field of a school. So the 10 foot tall spoon has been returned. Thank God.
over to M- over to NBC News .com, a long dormant lake has reappeared in California, bringing havoc along with it. So it appears back in the day. When I say back in the day, like years and years ago, they drained this lake, and then they produced cities and farmland and stuff. Now, since of all the rain and stuff that has hit California, and from the melting ice and stuff, this lake has come back, has pretty much flooded these cities.
Oh wow!
And it's now almost to where Lake Tahoe and I forgot the name of this lake, are going to group together and form one large lake.
Wow!
But it's interesting because they, for years upon years, they drained this lake thinking that they can just have this massive farmland and grow these cities. Now the lake has come back with a vengeance.
Wow. Nature strikes back. It seems like humans haven't quite learned yet. No matter what we do to nature to hold it back, it's always going to win.
That's true.
Final news story of the day. No April Fool's prank. Jogger has close encounter with a cow. A Maine jogger encountered a very angry cow, and it was no joking matter. The 43-year-old woman was preparing for a jog on a trail when she was charged by the cow that had escaped from a nearby farm. The cow lifted her off the ground with his horns, causing a cut that required stitches before the jogger could escape. The bovine's owner was contacted and secured the animal, along with a pig that had escaped.
Oink, oink.
Wilbur and Bessie walking down the road,
there you
escaping
go,
from the farm. The matter was forwarded to a district attorney for review. We will certainly follow that news story with bated breath.
That's going to be crazy to see if they actually press criminal charges against the owner.
For injuries, I guess negligence for not having a proper containment area for your wildlife, farm life, agriculture.
But, it's just like one of those freak accidents,
Right.
I'm pretty sure the farmer had a fence. I'm pretty sure the fence was locked. But sometimes animals just do crazy, bad shit, crazy things. Right. So it's just like, it's unfortunate. I'm hoping that they come to an agreement with one another, and maybe the farmer, the owner of the cow will be
My guess is if the medical bills get taken care of, then it won't be an issue.
Yeah. And in this point, I don't think that the law should get involved. Just let the two people work it out.
Right.
If they can't work it out, then, step in and be like, okay, like, let's do something here. But for the most part, let them work it out together.
Agreed. Anything coming up for you?
Well, today is our Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. I don't really...
Thank you for reading us the calendar. Today is Friday and tomorrow is Saturday.
As far as I know right now, I don't have anything on my to-do list for tomorrow. I could be wrong.
I'm kind of the same way. I kind of treated today like I would a Saturday, so I got a lot done today.
Yeah.
Just chore-wise.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's just going to be nice to have an extra day this weekend.
Yeah, maybe I just lounge around and do some laundry and just, chill, take it easy. Sunday, Easter Sunday.
That's right. Big Easter plans.
That's right. Big Easter plans. Some that we haven't told yet because it's going to be a little surprise for the kids.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to be going to the XFL game, and where we're going to see Jesus rise from the grave. And
right in the middle of the field.
Well, as he helped the Brahmas win another game.
That's right.
So it's definitely going to be a fun, non-traditional Easter.
Agreed. Yeah, non-traditional, yeah.
Because last year we... both our families met at church. And then after that, your parents were in town. Y'all came back and ate. I met up with...
I'd forgotten about that. You're right.
Our family, and we went out to eat. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a very non-traditional, but still, spreading love, having a good time, helping others as much as we can.
That's right.
And just getting together, just having a good time.
Right, exactly. And then back to work, a normal week for you next week?
Yes, pretty much a normal week. I have 4 days of court. Friday is going to be the online seminar with my judge. Introducing specialty courts to anybody and everybody who wants to hear about them.
Nice.
So that's going to be happening on Friday, and then we'll see what the what we have in store for our next week podcast. Maybe a special guest will be dropping in.
Yeah, it sounds like if everything goes as planned, we will have a special guest next week sitting in with us for the whole episode.
Definitely.
So it'll be interesting to have a third perspective in on all our normal banter and then see what special topics we can get into next week.
Definitely.
Yeah, kind of the same thing for me this weekend. You know, like I said, it's just sort of an extra day this weekend. I got a lot done today, so maybe just chill out tomorrow, get a little bit of housework done around the house, maybe do a little laundry. And then I'm really looking forward to the XFL game on Sunday. I think it's going to be a blast on all the activity around that.
I think so also.
Yeah, and then next week, just getting back into the normal grind. Do some work on some scripts for the upcoming Spotlight episodes. Do some more planning for upcoming LWDL episodes. Bowling starts up next week again.
Nice.
For another 6-week run. I'm both bowling and repping this year.
Nice.
So that should be fun.
That's gonna be definitely interesting. Maybe one of these Wednesdays I'm about to come out and see you live and in action.
Yeah. Maybe there's some way we can get LWDL live at the lanes. We'll have to figure out something to do there.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow.
Since
we'll figure something out.
You're going to be there anyway, so might as well.
Exactly.
Kill two birds with one stone.
That's right.
Well, in your case, 3, because you'll be playing, repping, and then also recording.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fit all that in together, but I'll give it the old college try.
Maybe while you're stepping away, we can have somebody sit down and I can be asking them a few questions here and there, and then go from there.
Something kind of fun like that, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We can make it work. Well, that's going to be a wrap for today.
That's right. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Life with Dan and Lewis. Also, we need to update our script. We are not only on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but we are on YouTube and we're on TikTok. Follow us on all the platforms at Life with Dan and Lewis.
That's at Life with Dan and Lewis.
We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, check out our new limited series, The Spotlight. New episodes will be coming in between our weekly episodes of Life with Dan and Lewis throughout this year. Thanks for listening today. More episodes can be found anywhere podcasts are found or on our website at lwdl.buzzsprout.com.
That's lwdl.buzzsprout.com.
Until next time, ask yourself, what have you done today to help someone else? Make good choices.
And love one another.
Let go. Hey, for those on the video, the outro music's still playing, but we'll be sure to get some more clips up there on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. That's going to be a new focus for us, for more ways for you to interact with us. Be sure to leave comments down below. Check the description for links about the articles we talked about today, ways to follow us on all the different social medias, and our website, lwdl.buzzsprout.com. Check us out anywhere you find podcasts, or if you're watching on YouTube or on TikTok, I guess you already know where to find us. Any words for our viewers?
I'm just over here doing crazy dumb stuff. But yeah, definitely keep watching us. Come back next week and we'll be doing some more crazy dumb stuff in the background and get another episode out of us. Or hopefully we'll be having a guest tune in. Which, if you have any legal questions or if you're in the legal community or have questions in between criminal and civil matters. Right. Please join us next week because we'll have an expert coming in talk to you guys about that.
Sneak peek into next week's episode, the difference between civil and criminal law and how that all breaks down. Hey, until next time, make good choices.
And love one another.
You can stop us here.